Today I'm going to share with you a very little crafting trick that can make a very big difference in your projects. Have you ever had an intricate, gorgeous die cut? You put adhesive, your glue onto it, put it onto your project, only to have glue squish out all over the place? Or you put your die cut onto your project only to have it peel up in unexpected spots? Or how about you've spent way too much time putting adhesive onto that intricate die cut and thought, I just don't have time for this. Well, then this trick is going to make you very happy. Hi, I'm Julia with Julia Sue's Stamping. I'm so glad you're here to spend a little bit of crafty time with me today. Thank you. Now, before we get started, if this is your first time here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. And it is a premiere. So if you're here for the premiere, please hop over into the chat, say hi. I'd love to talk with you and chat for a little bit. If you're watching the replay, please leave me a comment and let me know where you're watching from. Today, I'm going to share with you how to get some absolutely fantastic adhesion on your intricate die cuts without mess and without frustration. All right, I think we should get started. How about you? Let's go. These fern dies are absolutely gorgeous, and they are part of the bundle that is the Fern and Flora dies and stamp set. Let's be honest for a minute. They're absolutely gorgeous, but these intricate dies can sometimes be a little bit annoying when it comes to adding adhesive to them. Because look at all these tiny little areas in them. There are so many, it's just unbelievable, right? There's just so many details and things to try to hit with your glue or whatever you're going to use. And you can use adhesive sheets. They definitely work, but sometimes all that stickiness can feel a little intimidating, right? And honestly, sometimes I don't want to use a big piece of adhesive sheet for a smaller die cut. It's just gonna waste it, and that stuff is not inexpensive, right? Okay, so today I want to share with you one of my very favorite tricks using the silicone craft sheet. I keep one sponge dauber dedicated just for glue. And by the way, the sponge daubers come 5 in a pack, which is absolutely fantastic because it lets you dedicate them to all sorts of different things. And I always have one that's dedicated to adhesive. I add a little multi-purpose liquid glue right onto the silicone craft sheet. Then I'm going to simply lightly tap my sponge dauber into that glue. Now watch this. Instead of fighting with tiny glue dots or trying to avoid seepage, I'm just going to lightly dab the adhesive right onto the back of my die cut. That's it. It's that simple and that quick. Boom! You've got absolutely perfect coverage without drowning the poor little fern. That gives you adhesive in all those intricate areas so quickly and evenly. And the best part, no sticky fingers, no glue squishing out everywhere, and absolutely no panic. All right, let's make a really quick card together using this technique because I really want to help you see how beautifully these detailed die cuts work once the adhesive problem disappears. I have a piece of Secret C cardstock here that's been cut 4 1/4 by 11. It's been scored at the 5.5-inch mark. And I'm going to go ahead and burnish that with my bone folder so it's nice and tight. I'm going to start off by stamping this little fern from the stamp set directly onto the card front in Secret C ink. I love little details like this because it's going to quietly tie everything together. And it's not going to overwhelm the design either. Now for the designer series paper, and oh my goodness, this Moonlit Flora paper is stunning. This first pattern that has the plants has been cut to be 2.5 by 3.5, and I matted it with some basic white, cut to 2 5/8 by 3 5/8. I'm going to adhere this onto the card front a little bit more to the upper top left portion, having it even from the top and the sides. And here's something I absolutely love about this layout. It looks layered and detailed, but it's incredibly simple to build. So now I have this geometric secret C pattern. It's been cut to the same size and matted with some basic white in the same size. This is going to go onto the lower right-hand side of the card, but with dimensionals. So it's got a bit of lift and will create some pretty shadow. Right like that. That little bit of height gives some interest immediately. And now we get to the fun part. Yes, we do. I did some die cuts from some two-toned Secret Sea, a little bit of Peaceful Pine, and Old Olive cardstocks. Look how much texture and movement these have to them, and that is why I love this adhesive trick. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of adhesive on and share with you how that's going to look. So excited about this. So I'm going to start with this piece of Peaceful Pine first. Just get the adhesive on, and this is going to protect my work surface, so I'm not worried about how that is going to look. And I'm going to go ahead and place it right here onto the card front. Same with this bigger piece of fern. Just dabbing the adhesive onto the back. Placing it onto the card front. I didn't do up at the top because I knew it was going to go over the edge a little bit. Beautiful. Now for this two-toned Secret Sea piece. Adhesive all up the back again. Placing it onto the card front. I want to have it go over the edge just a bit. And now for the final fern. Picking up more adhesive and getting it onto the back of my die cut quickly and easily. Place that right on top for a nice layered look. I have absolutely zero glue blobs on here. I didn't wrestle with tiny little pieces. I simply have beautiful, clean adhesion. So let's get to the sentiment. I stamped the sentiment with the frame image with the "You Make the World a Better Place" in Secret Sea ink onto a little scrap of some basic white, die cutting it with the die cut. And I wanted just a little bit of softness here, so I added a small piece of Secret Sea ribbon to the top left side, and I used a little bit of tear and tape to get it to stay on there exactly where I wanted it. Little details like ribbon loops make such a difference on botanical cards like this. So I'm going to layer this over those ferns using a die cut on this end over here and some adhesive on this side here. I could use the glue if I wanted to because I've already got it on the silicone sheet. I just grabbed the seal instead. I'm going to line that up with the piece over here. And adding that little detail toward the lower left side of the card helps to visually balance everything out. So wait until you see this cute moth. Colored this adorable moth in with the crisp cantaloupe, some golden glow, and peaceful pine Stampin' Blends. So a quick little die cut. This is called a dimensional. And onto the back, just lift those wings up a tiny bit. And there we have it. Right onto the card front. Now, let's just finish everything off with some dewdrop embellishments. Apparently, it's easier for me to look at them than to say it today. There we go. And some iridescent pearls. Using the Take Your Pick tool, I'll just add a few on here to give it some shimmer and shine. It looks so pretty. And then a few pearls as well. Let's see, another one right here. Honestly, embellishments are just jewelry, right, for our cards. All right, and now inside the card, I'm going to have a panel of basic white that I cut to be 3 3/4 by 5, matted it with a little bit of peaceful pine with a coordinating strip of the designer series paper right at the bottom. So I'll put that inside the card. And it's good to go. I really love finishing the inside of a card like this because it helps the whole project feel complete and polished. If you want all the measurements, supplies, the step-by-step instructions for this project, I do have a free PDF tutorial waiting for you on my blog, and the link is down in the video description, so please be sure you check it out. And if you enjoyed today's tips and tricks that I shared with you, please be sure you give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. That way you won't miss any future crafty inspiration. If you don't already have a demonstrator, I would love to be your crafty coach. Now let's talk about cleaning up this silicone craft sheet when we're all finished, right? You simply can roll the glue right off if you want, or you can rinse it off with a little bit of water and dry it. It's that easy. You're not going to hurt it, and it takes a licking and says, yes, go ahead, use me again. Give me some more glue. I can take it. I love this little tool. I had no idea I was going to enjoy it so much. It has a lot of uses, and this one right here is my favorite. So that's today's quick crafting tip. It's simple, it's practical, and it really works. I love techniques like this because they help take something that can be really frustrating and make it fun and so much easier. I think we all need something like that, don't you? Just more of it. Yes, please. Do you end up being team too much glue or team too little glue? Because honestly, I think we have all been there at some point or another. I know I have. Thanks so much for spending some of your time with me. I really appreciate it. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day and that you have a chance to get inky. Bye.